All right, guys, today we're looking at lesson 2.1. If you need to pause this and find this lesson in your textbook, please do so, and that way you can follow along and take notes. All right, today we're going to do write, interpret, and simplify expressions. An expression is a mathematical phrase that combines numbers and/or variables using mathematical operations. If an expression contains a variable is an unknown, it is called an algebraic expression. If you use algebraic expressions to model, you will use algebraic expressions to model real-world situations. All right, so let's look at an example. Samantha is making costumes for a play and buys materials. She buys fabric at a cost of $2.15 per foot and ribbon at a cost of $1.20 per foot. Samantha bought a total of 12 yards of material. How much money did Samantha spend on materials? So the first thing we can do is say that we have fabric at a cost of $2.15 per foot. We have ribbon at a cost of $1.20 per foot. And she bought a total of 12 yards. So right off the bat, I can see that she's bought this per foot. And she's got a total of 12 yards. So we've got different units of measurement. So be aware of that as we look through these. All right, so down on the questions it says, think about compatible units. The total length of material is measured in, if you look up here, each unit is measured in yards. And then the price, she buys fabric at a cost of $2.15 per foot. So the price is measured in feet or per foot. All right, now it says select the correct conversion factor to convert yards to feet. So you know that 3 feet equals 1 yard. Hopefully you know that. And you can click 3 feet per yard. All right, so be careful with this one right here because this says 1 yard for 3 feet. And that's like backwards from what you need. So it is 3 feet per yard, per 1 yard. Okay. All right. Write an expression for the length of each material. All right, so the length of ribbon in yards. All right, so we know that there are 12 inches in a foot, and we're looking at the length in yards. So if you look up here above, it says that she got a total of 12 yards. Okay, so a total of 12 yards here. So we're going to do 12 yards minus F, because it says the length in yards, F. All right, so the length of fabric in feet, we know that there's 3 feet per yard, so we're going to do 3 times F. And then the length of ribbon in feet. So up here it was the length in yards. Here it says the length of ribbon in feet. So we're going to have 3 times the expression above, which is 12F, or 12 minus F. All right, and this will explain it probably a little better than I do, so please read through those explanations as we do this. Some expressions contain grouping symbols such as parentheses or brackets. To simplify an expression means to eliminate grouping symbols and combine like terms. You can use the distributive property to eliminate grouping symbols. All right, very important term, distributive property. We're going to use that throughout every high school math that you have from now on, basically. So make sure that you know, learn, and understand the distributive property. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so recall that Samantha bought fabric at a cost of $2.15 per foot, ribbon at a cost of $1.20 per foot. She bought a total of 12 yards. Write and simplify an expression for the total cost of materials. Then evaluate the original expression and the simplified expression to find the cost of the material for 7 yards of fabric. All right, so the first thing we see is the cost of fabric. You go up here and look. She bought fabric at a cost of $2.15. So we need to take $2.15 and put it for the cost of fabric. And you can see above too, the cost of ribbon is $1.20 per foot. So you're going to take $1.20 and drop it here. All right, hopefully that makes sense. They're just kind of writing that. They're trying to show you how this is going to be set up as an expression. All right, write an expression and interpret the parts of the expression. All right, so again, you can see above, price per foot of fabric. And then you've got the length of the fabric is 3F. So right here, we're going to have the price. I forget very quickly, sorry. The price of the fabric is going to be $2.15. So we're just going to move $2.15 here. And that's going to be the total price of the fabric. So this first expression here, the $2.15 times 3F, that's the total cost of your fabric. And then the next part is going to be the cost of the ribbon. So we're going to have $1.20. And then the total cost of the ribbon is this 1.20 times 3 times 12 minus F. And then you always should check to make sure that's correct. All right, so simplify the expression. Simplify means we're going to use the distributive property, combine like terms, kind of get rid of some of the length of, we're just rewriting it in a shorter equivalent expression by using distributive property and combining like terms. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is it says to multiply by 2.15. So 2.15 times 3 is 6.45F. Then you're going to distribute the 3. So 3 times the 12 is going to be the 36. And then you're going to distribute the 1.2. So 1.2 times the 36 is going to be the 43.20. All right, so once you do those steps, then it says combined like terms. So if you look here, the like terms are the two terms that both have the variable f. So we can combine those. So we have 6.45f plus, now be careful, it has a negative sign, but the negative sign here goes with that 3.6 there. So you have to do 6.45f minus 3.6f, which is going to be 2.4 or 2.85f plus 43.2. All right, so as long as you don't lose that negative, everything should work out perfectly. All right, now it says evaluate. So we're going to substitute 7n to evaluate this expression for a certain number of yards. So we want to complete this expression. So the original expression was the 2.5 times 3. You can go back up if you need to. Here we've got 2.15 times 3f. So all we're going to do is substitute this 7n for f. So here we go. And then this one's going to be the second expression. So if you go back up here and look, we've got 1.20 times 3 times 12 minus f. So this expression here is going to be the 3 times 12 minus f. In this case, we're saying f is 7. And then if we simplify that, we're going to get 63.15. So again, you have to simplify all of this down to here. Again, you can type that in your calculator, or you can write it out. It doesn't take very long. Let me show you how to do that. If I can get my pen to work here. All right, so you got 2.15 times, and we've got 3 times 7, which is 21. And then you've got plus 1.20, and then times 3. And if you do 12 minus 7, 12 minus 7 is 5. All right, so if you multiply this all together, you're going to get to 63.15. All right, then it says, look at the simplified expression. Okay, so if we scroll back up, we just did the simplified expression. So this was the simplified expression. We got 2.85f plus 43.20. So we got 2.5, and then we're going to put 7 in. Remember, this is substituting 7 in for f in each of these. And then this was the 4320. And we're going to check to see if the original equation was the same as the simplified expression, and it should be if you did all the math correctly. All right, again, this tells you a little bit more detail what they did to simplify that expression. All right, it says, are the original and the simplified expressions equivalent? If you go up here and look, you did this and you got 63.15. Simplified expression, 63.15. So you got the same answer. That means those are equivalent. All right, that's all for this lesson. If you have any questions, please let me know.